Welcome to Rhythm Games 101, How to Play and Enjoy. My name is Patrick Bryant. I have pretty much explanation on the origin and history of rhythm games, among many other things. First off, we'll start with the table of contents, with the origin and history of rhythm games, starting back in the 1970s. And then we have Minion, which is the music division for Konami, known for Dance Dance Revolution and Beatmania 2DX. Then we go to the most currently popular rhythm games, and they're frankly just Japanese exclusive. Then I'll explain ways to support rhythm games and how to just enjoy them more. And then my next last panels are basically just a fuck you to Osu, because I fucking hate that game, and Asa Akira playing DDR. So let's start off with Simon and Parappa the Rapper. Simon was basically the first rhythm game in existence. You pretty much hit the button in a pattern. For example, one color would shine red or blue, you hit that same pattern, red, blue. It would keep on continuing all sorts of convulsed patterns until the player messes up. Interesting fact about Simon is there are a lot of different modes, and there has been a lot of different modes with each and different variety of Simon games coming out throughout the years. And then we have Parappa the Rapper, and that was basically the first rhythm video game, and officially the first rhythm game. It's probably one of my favorite rhythm games due to how simplistic it is, and because the main character is a rapping doll. I find that fun. And now I'm going to just showcase basically the PS1 version of its normal mode, and then its cool mode, which is basically a freestyle.
Kick, one with your soul and the mind. If you wanna test me, I'll tell you why. If the things I'll teach you, be sure to beat you. Nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from teacher. Now kick, punch, jump, block. Once more now, kick, punch, jump, and block. Don't get cocky, it's gonna get rocky. We're gonna move down to the next donkey. Now jump, 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 on, turn, oh, get on carefully, jump, jump, hold, duck, and on, turn. Yeah, I see you getting better. Kick to the limit in order to get another kick, punch, kick, punch, jump, block. Jump, kick, jump, kick, punch, block, punch, block. Gonna get harder now, jump and jump, jump, on and pose, turn, hold, duck and turn, jump and pose, jump, hold. Come on now, what if you follow my work? We got them all done. I'm the easier boss. I wanna see if you wanna see what it means to be the man with the master plan. Are you the one now? Here we go now. Kick, punch, block. Kick, punch, block. Jump, kick, block. Now kick, block. Block, now kick it. Block, kick. Block the punch. Block the punch. Block the palm. Block the turn. Jump, kick, jump. Jump, kick, jump. And punch, punch, punch. Punch, punch, punch. That's it for today. Good job, Parappa. You can go on to the next stage now. Yahoo! All right.
That was just normal story mode. Now, once you beat Parappa the Rapper once, you unlock Cool Mode, and that's basically, as I was referring to, freestyle. And I'll just play a quick version of that real quick.
It's all in the mind. If you wanna test me, I'll take a fight in the things I'll teach you. Sure to beat you. Nevertheless, together listen from teach and I'll kick. Kick, 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 kick. Punch, punch, punch. Cha, 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 cha. La, 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 la. Kick, 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 kick. Punch, 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 punch. Cha, 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 cha. La, 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 la. All the monkey is gonna get off the feet. Gonna move down to the next donkey now. Duck, 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 duck. Jump, 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 jump. Turn, 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 turn. Ho, 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 ho. Jump, 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 jump. Ho, 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 ho. Duck, 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 duck. Turn, 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 turn. Yeah, I see you hit that up. Kick to the limit. In order to get cut out, kick, punch. Kick, punch, kick, punch, kick, punch, punch, punch. Sa, 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 la, la, sa, la, sa, la, sa.
So good. I don't know money students like you.
Kick, kick, sa, sa, la, sa, ho, 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 ho. Jump, punch, jump, sa, 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 kick, ho, la, 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 ho, punch, ho, 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 ho. Jump, sa, jump, sa, sa, jump, sa, kick, punch, 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 kick, jump, jump, kick, jump, sa, sa, la, punch, 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 kick, punch, sa, 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 ho, ho. La, sa, punch, kick, sa, 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 ho, jump, ho, sa, 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 la, punch, sa, 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 kick, 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 punch, sa, la, sa, 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 punch, ho, jump, jump, la, sa, 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 la, sa, 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 punch, kick, sa, 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 kick, kick, sa, sa, kick, sa, kick, punch, la, ho, jump, ho, 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 jump, ho, jump, ho, ho, jump, sa, jump, sa, jump. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Oh, great. Thank you, teacher.
Parappa the Rapper pretty much introduced rhythm gaming and video games, and it was a really new innovation towards video games in general. And a lot of companies, after seeing Parappa the Rapper's success, took advantage of that. The next group of companies that took hold of the rhythm game genre would have to be Konami, Namco, and Sega. Konami, we all know, is known for Dance Dance Revolution. Something they also created that really launched their rhythm game series is Beat Mania. At the time, it was considered very difficult, and its deluxe version 2DX, it's very, very difficult for rhythm gamers and just people in general to get into. Another game that they created was Poppin' Music. It's known for its colorful characters and poppy music. However, its difficulty rivals 2DX because of how complicated the patterns can be. And then last that Konami introduced was Guitar Freaks and Drum Mania, which was basically playing a guitar and drums at home. And throughout the releases, each one of these 4 games had additions to it, whether it was music related or actual gameplay related. And next I'm going to show you what the future of DDR basically is. Basically, Dance Dance Revolution used to be one of those games where you would just go to the arcade, play a couple rounds with a friend, and wait in line. Nowadays, it's just this. It's okay, neither do I. And next, for Namco, we have Taiko Drum Master.
Yay, Taiko.
Who's played Taiko?
Woo.
Taiko's awesome. It's probably one of my favorite non-Demon games. Then we get to Sega. Known for Space Channel 5 and Samba de Amiga.
Oh, yes, yes.
One of the best Dreamcast games known to man. And next, I'm going to showcase some Samba de Amigo arcade gameplay.
To avoid hitting the buses, stand on the footprints marked on the map below.
There was something very, very fascinating about the timeline in which rhythm games were introduced. It introduced a lot of unique and creative video games. For example, Samba de Amigo. You play with maracas. Very innovative. Dance Dance Revolution. You step on arrows. 2DX. You play as a DJ. The list goes on, and the most fascinating thing is most of this started in Japan. Then we moved to the Western state. Guitar Hero, rock band. And that was pretty much created in 2005. Red Octane at the time was the main developer for Guitar Hero, and almost every year they would release Guitar Hero games, whether it was sequel or just random spin-offs. I don't have like the list of Guitar Hero titles on the top of my head, but there's a shitload of them. Due to the success of Guitar Hero, Rock Band was introduced. Instead of just playing a guitar, you can play all sorts of instruments. Whether it's drums, bass, microphone. You could play up to 4 players, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've played Rock Band. The introduction in the West for these games were really good. They offered legitimate Western music compared to all J-pop and J-rock found in Imani stuff, Konami. And I'll play a video showcasing some Guitar Hero gameplay.
What is fun? Let me spell it for you. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all.
Down here in the deep blue sea. F is for fire that burns down the whole town. Use for your radio. Bombs. N is for no survivors.
what you're gonna do is just suck his dick, that's like you said you were gonna do. Once he's nice and wet, what you're gonna do is replace the grapefruit from your mouth. You're gonna twist up and down your shaft and suck the head at the same time. Now, ladies, remember, grapefruit is also a form of actually losing weight while you're sucking his dick. Now, once you're doing this technique, it feels amazing to him, but he's still. So what you're going to take him in to do is this: take the. He's going to be like, what are you doing? But he'll never say stop. All he's going to be thinking is, I could have been fucking a grapefruit all these years. And that's a grapefruit technique.
Quality Guitar Hero gameplay. And next, we move to the rise and fall of Peripheral. Thank you. I have the hardest time pronouncing that word. Peripheral-based rhythm games, such as Guitar Hero and etc. So, you know how I mentioned that Guitar Hero would have a release almost every year? Yeah. Basically, that happened with a lot of rhythm games, such as DDR and Poppin' Music, 2DX, and it got to the point of recycle, just pretty much being in the recycle bin over and over. Basically, people got bored of rhythm games yearly, and it just wasn't making money. So they just stopped making them around 2009, I believe, because around 2009, that's when motion control games such as Dance Evolution, aka Dance Masters, and all this Connect and Wii bullshit started being created. And then we have what's replacing basically home console games with not only motion control, but school idle mobile games, aka cancer. They are literally the things that are killing music games besides OSU. Now we move to 2008 to now. So rhythm games now. How do we support them? Like, what is happening with rhythm games at the moment? So basically, if you see that Crash Bandicoot picture, that's basically companies fucking us in the ass. They don't care about the consumers, they don't care about rhythm game fans. So we're getting fucked in the ass all the time, whether we like it or not. And then the Rick and Morty meme that I have there, you're basically, most rhythm gamers are now playing just simulations. And they'd rather play the main thing, but it's kind of hard to when you have no access to it. For example, I live in North Carolina. The only thing close to me rhythm game related is a DDR Extreme. And that thing is a broken piece of shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Xbox.
Just go buy DDR for the Xbox.
I mean, I would, but I'd rather just buy my own cabinet at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then on the bottom, we have a parody of Round One. And I gotta ask, who has been to Round One? Raise your hand. Round One. It's an electronic amusement park. You actually have one in this state.
Where?
It's about maybe 2 hours away from here. Maybe Philly. I'm not 100% sure. This is actually my first time being in the city. But you guys have a Round One, and let me just tell you, it's fucking heaven. Like, it's literally heaven. You have all sorts of rhythm games to play, whether it's the newest DDR game, which is DDR Ace, by the way. All sorts of upgrades to not only 2DX and Sound Voltex, but you also have Japanese import games that are nowhere else, not even in conventions. You can only play them at round one. And yeah, I'm being completely serious with this. And something that a lot of rhythm gamers are doing nowadays are working for round one. Not just because they want to just play rhythm games, but they also want to gain the knowledge of the business so they can help the rhythm game community out. Because why not, you know? Why not help a small niche fan base and try and get more people into them? Because as soon as a round one hits North Carolina, I'm fucking going there every day off I have. Whether it's 3 hours away, 5 hours away, I don't give a fuck. I love rhythm games.
Yeah, round one's in Exton, Pennsylvania.
Excellent. Up next we have Inai. However you pronounce it. It's so difficult pronouncing these names because they're all Japanese. But basically, it's the brand name of Konami's music simulation game series. And they took the name from Beatmania after the game became so successful, as it's a Japanese syllable word game. And following the success of Beatmania, the music division created all sorts of games, some that I've just mentioned, like Dance Dance Revolution, Pop-In Music, Guitar Freaks, Drum Mania, 2DX, and then there's some that are like more tactical and complicated, such as Sound Voltex. Has anyone played that? Well, if you haven't, you should play it tomorrow because it's here in the con.
Wait, I did play that.
You did? What was your opinions on it?
I love it. Why didn't I know this sooner?
Well, if I remember correctly, there should be a Sound Voltex at round one. So if you really do start to enjoy it, there's always one over there. But like something that really changed with Beat'em is like not only just the music, but also like the newer games and how they play. For example, Sound Voltex focused more on doujin artists instead of actual in-house and commissioned musicians. Like majority of the OST that I've played throughout Sound Voltex games, they're complete opposite of Beat'em. And a lot of the music ranges from Vocaloid to Toho remixes, which isn't a bad thing. Then we have Muzeka, which is what I consider aesthetic for the rhythm game. Because you pretty much have 5 buttons, 5 of them of which you can spin, and then you have a pedal underneath it. And the music's really good, but it's known for its classics like Brain Power. Another good rhythm game that isn't really popular these days is Reflect Beat, and it's more of a touchscreen game. A lot of people compare it to air hockey, and I frankly agree, because you're pretty much swinging hockey pucks around to the rhythm. You can also, instead of just playing it at arcades, you can also play it on iOS. And I play that on my iPad from time to time. I've actually gotten a couple of my real life friends interested in the game. Then the last game mentioned here is Nostalgia. And Nostalgia is pretty much a touch screen piano game. From what I've seen of gameplay of it, it's very simplistic and tries to borrow from Sega's game Shimmy Thumb. But yeah, like Beat'em used to be really the top dog, but now since Sega's pretty much kicking its ass, Konami's trying to just pretty much suck up to Sega at this point, while Namco's doing perfectly fine with releasing Taiko Drum Masters almost every year. Can't really think of any other rhythm games that Namco Bankai's been creating that's really engaged people besides Hatsune Miku. But everyone has their favorites. Up next, most popular rhythm games. Chuni Thumb, as I previously mentioned, the gameplay is basically a keyboard with hovering and motion sense. It's like combining motion control with 2DX. The game's very, very difficult from what I've gathered, and it's Japanese only. Then the next game is Mai Mai, and that's basically Laundromat, the video game. Pretty much control, you wear gloves. You have to wear gloves for this game. And you pretty much touch the hit markers as soon as they appear, and they match with the song's BPM. Now, there's been a lot of localization tests for this game to come out, but I think a lot of people are going to travel to Japan anyways just to play it. It's one of the most popular games. And then third, but my very least, is Love Life School Idol Festival. School children, school students, varieties of people, literally just skate in line to play this game when they could just play it on their iOS or mobile. But for some reason, Square Enix felt like making an arcade game just to get some competition. And what do you know it? They're destroying the competition. Because these three games are basically destroying everything in terms of rhythm games. Yes?
Is it literally the same thing?
I'm sorry?
So you have the actual I don't know, like machine or whatever you call it, console. But the game on the phone itself, is it literally like the same exact thing?
Yes.
Okay.
But some people just prefer the arcade experience, which is completely understandable. And next, I'm sorry. Patapon is a rhythm game.
It's not, well, I guess, is this like the modern popular?
This is like current.
Okay, so Patapon was popular.
Patapon was probably popular around the 2005 era. Kind of like with Guitar Hero, like a lot of rhythm games were coming out during that age. One particular PSP series that I really enjoyed was DJ Max. It's really good. The newest game actually got released on PS4 called DJ Max Respect. Really, really amazing game. Yes?
It's not up there, but I know me and a lot of friends play Osu. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It's free.
about that.
It's
I'm
free.
about to get to Osu.
Are you? Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to get to Osu.
Yeah,
So I have two words for Osu. Two words. Fuck Osu. Just fuck Osu. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, it's free to play, but it takes no dedication to legitimately play it, and the fan base is full of weeaboos and pedophiles.
You hear this guy?
Just saying. For example, I'll play some videos showcasing
Oh, here we go.
the excellence of Osu. This is a variant of Osu called Osu Mania. Another thing that a lot of people don't realize, Osu pretty much steals from any kind of original rhythm game. It has no originality whatsoever. So much fun.
That's alright. Considering I had a crap skin, that was alright. I'll take a 9.58. I'm just not enjoying myself. I'm not having fun right now. I'm fucking sick of this game. Why am I playing this? I'm doing so much things about it. I've got a fucking exam tomorrow. Why am I playing this? This is shit. This is shit. It's a shit game. mechanics are so shit. Cooling pisses me off. They're all fucking weeaboos. I'm not like that. I can't find a decent song head. I can't find a decent skin. What's the point? Why am I playing this? This is so shit. I'm honestly pissed off. Why am I doing this? This is fucking shit. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done.
This is one of my favorite videos because it summarizes those two players so much. We're going near the end of the panel, and this is pretty much explaining how to support rhythm games. You buy the games. You don't play freeware like OC.
Yeah, OS has a supporter package. You guys want to just throw them some money? You can add friends and shit, and compare scores. I support them. I like them.
You also become connected with. It's a Facebook group called Music Game Now. And it's a group of various music game players in there. You can expect all sorts of posts, whether it's shit posting, memes, meetups. Very, very huge group of people. Then the last part is just getting friends and family interested. It's hard, like, not gonna lie, it's hard getting friends and family interested. But just showcase what you do, tell them about it, and they'll be fascinated. For example, I play DDR on a regular basis, and I live in a very small town. A lot of people are known for me just for playing DDR. They watch my videos, and all I do is just post them on Facebook. Just to like get people interested and see if anyone wants to go to play DDR Ace with me. Because there's no way in hell I'm playing DDR alone. That's boring. And next but not least, we have Asa Akira playing DDR. Enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to ask right after this video is over.